Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today is April 11th. We're going to go over the watch list in today's videos. These are all the stocks and cryptocurrencies that we are looking for setups on going into next week. I had to start a little early today just because I have a family event going on today that I have to be at. So we are live a little bit early today. And we're going to go over all these stocks and cryptocurrencies today. There's a bunch of good ones in here. We got HBAR, we got Algorand, we got Bitcoin, XRP, CRO, Coinbase, RNDR, Jasmy, Target, MU, MDB, ABNB. Guys, one thing I want to point out today, I made a TikTok on this, was the total market cap of cryptocurrency. So this is a chart, right? That is the total market cap of cryptocurrency. That means it is every single cryptocurrency. I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. Okay, all those names put together into one name. Okay, and you could see that we got this golden dot right here. The golden dot, if you guys followed the channel, is one of the most bullish indications that we can get from the trading indicator here. And we got that. That was yesterday over there inside of the Discord. And I made a TikTok on this today, but this is extremely, extremely bullish. And let me show you why. Okay. These are very, very rare signals. They rarely come, right? The golden dots are one of the rarest signals you can get on the indicator. And let me just scroll out here and show you guys the last time that this came. Okay. If you zoom out of the chart, you got to go all the way back here. Okay. All the way back here to 2019. 7 years it has been since we've gotten this signal. Okay. And that was back there again in 2019. Okay. 7 years ago was the last time we got the golden dot on the total market cap of crypto. Okay. And you could see right there, December 19th, look what happened. Okay. Over the next 2 years, we went parabolic. Okay. That was a 10x move just off of that dot. And we're getting the same signal here in April of 2025. Again, the last time that came was 7 years ago on this indicator, guys. So this is an extremely, extremely bullish time, an extremely good time to be a buyer of crypto, in my opinion. I'm and not worrying about tomorrow's price or next week's price. I'm talking about the price over the coming years, right? If you were guaranteed to 10x your money, right, in the next 2 years, and all you had to do was hold, okay, you would probably want to do that, right? This is a great time to be buying. This tells you that the bottom is very, very, very close. It might not be tomorrow, might not be next week or in 2 weeks. It might be in already. We don't know, okay? But this is a very, very bullish indication, as you could see from the last time we got it. This thing went 10x, okay? And you're getting the same exact signal here in April, guys. So that is extremely, extremely bullish for crypto. You're going to see I have a few cryptocurrencies on the watch list that we're going to hit today. If you guys are new to the channel, we are swing traders here that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. We'll sometimes look at the weekly chart, but typically we are 1 to 6 months out on all of our investments. Okay. We are not day traders. We're not worried about tomorrow's price or the price after that or the price next week. We are 1 to 6 months out. That is the time frames we focus on. We primarily want to give our attention to the monthly chart, okay? And why is that? Well, that's because it is the most accurate chart when it comes to using our trading indicator here, okay? Our trading indicator, these are our buy and sell signals. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. You can see that this indicator has called the bottom of Bitcoin since all the way back here in 2015. Okay, 2015, the price of Bitcoin was $300. It got the green dot. It went all the way up to 19,000, gave us a red dot. We sold off. We got the green dot right there in April. That was around 4,000 back in 2019. We went all the way up to 70,000 over the next couple of years. And the most recent one that we got with the wave down here, right? The deeper the wave, the better. But that was right there in 2023 at 16,000. And it's all the way up here at 110. Okay, and we got one recently in November, and we also had one right here in October when the price was 26,000. So I believe we're going to see a green dot on Bitcoin in May or June. May or June of 2025. I think we're going to see the next monthly green dot. And guys, if that happens, these cryptocurrencies are going to be 5 to 10x by the end of the year. Easy. Okay. If we get this green dot, if this thing comes in May or June, we are going to, altcoins especially, are going to absolutely explode. And one thing we're looking at on Bitcoin's chart here is the fact that we are still holding on to that 9 EMA we've been talking about for, I think, months now. Okay. That orange line, that is the 9-month moving average. Okay. The 9-month moving average. In bull runs, we hold on to that line. Okay. And then after the bull run is over, we normally break down below it. And that's when we go into the bear market. But you could see that Bitcoin is still bouncing directly on that 9 EMA right now. And we are holding on to 80K like a champ. I think if we can get out over 84,000, and I mean, we're going to break it probably here on the live. You can see the smaller time frame. If we break that 84,000 level, that's going to be a really, really nice technical breakout there on the smaller time frames. But guys, I've been saying it for a while. I think the top of the Bitcoin market or of the crypto market is going to come at the end of summer. And like I said, if we get another one of these green dots here in May or June, like I'm thinking, altcoins are going to absolutely freaking explode from these levels. So yes, the dot is red on Bitcoin, but we are holding on to the 9 EMA. You can see we pulled back into it here and then we ripped. We're pulling back into it here again. And that's a really nice looking green candle right there on Bitcoin. So the only other confirmation we need from Bitcoin right now is the green dot here on the monthly chart, because every time we get a green dot, it always results in a very big move to the upside, which will drag all of the altcoins with it. So again, we want to buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. The green dot tells us that we are going up. Okay. The red dot tells us that we are going down. You can see the red dot came on Bitcoin right there in February. What have we done? We have gone down like 20% ever since that time. So if we want to be absolutely sure of a bottom on Bitcoin, we're going to wait for that green dot. And I think we're going to get a weekly probably here by the end of April. And when the weekly chart will normally come before the monthly. Okay. So that's why we like to look at the weekly as well, because boom, right there, that came right there in September of 2024. Okay. You can see September 16th, 2024 is when we got the weekly. And then Bitcoin, the dot on the monthly came in November. So the weekly will feed the monthly. Okay. And if we can get a green dot here by the end of April, like I think we're going to, guys, I think Bitcoin's easily going to be anywhere from 120 to 150,000 by the end of summer. And altcoins are probably going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 times higher than the prices they're sitting at right now. There has never been a better time to be investing in cryptocurrency than right now. Okay. We're about to freaking explode, in my opinion. Okay. And the confirmation of that will be the green dot here on the monthly. But like I was just showing you guys on the total chart, right? This is like every cryptocurrency put together into one. XRP, Solana, AVAX, Bitcoin, Ethereum, every single coin put into one like an ETF. Okay. Golden dot on the daily. Like I said, the last time we got the golden dot on the daily on the total chart was all the way back in 2019, 7 years ago. And that was one of the biggest bull runs that we have ever seen in cryptocurrency. Okay. Literally triggered it right there in 2019. Just the ripski. And we're getting the same signal here. So I'm extremely bullish on cryptocurrency. Again, I'm not worried about tomorrow's price if we go down or up or whatever, right? I am worried about the price. I want to catch this move right here. Okay. This is the move I want to be involved in right here. I don't want to be involved, right, in a little tiny little pump, right, little day trade here, right? We want to catch this move right here. Okay. And I think it's coming, folks. I think it's coming. And like I said, that Bitcoin monthly dot will be a great indication of that if we can get that in May or June. It's not confirmed until we see it. But again, we're holding on to 80,000 very, very well right here on Bitcoin. So that's looking good. What's going on, everybody, inside of the chat? Hope everyone's doing well. We are going to go ahead and check out the watch list today. I'm sorry for starting the stream a little bit early, but I got an event I got to get to here actually right at 4 o'clock. So we're a little early. I wasn't even going to do a stream today, but I had to hop on here for you guys because there's just some very, very bullish stuff developing. So with that being said, let's finish the rules here. Again, we only want to buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay. And then we want to buy the day of the green dot when we get that monthly dot. So as soon as we get the monthly, okay, the monthly dot, we then want to zoom into the daily and add on the daily dot. So right now we don't want to buy Bitcoin simply because right? The dot is not green, but we do have a green candle, which indicates the buyers are stepping back into control. So if I were to trade Bitcoin right here, folks, I would just use a stop loss at that $74,000 level that we hit back there last week. Okay, that looks like a really, really good indication of where we're trying to bounce there. You can see that was actually the resistance right here back in March. We bounced at that same exact level right there, right off that support level. Boom. So previous resistance becomes support. We're bouncing right on that level. That's a technical bounce right there. So as long as Bitcoin can hold on to that $74,000 level, this chart looks extremely bullish. I don't care what all these bears are saying. I mean, this is just a little tiny dip. Okay. This is a bear market. Okay. This is just a correction as of right now. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, is very, very strong over 74,000. And like I said, if we get this green dot called out, okay, if we get that green dot in May or June, this it's going to shock the world. It's going to shock the world. Everybody is going to be absolutely shocked. And of course, that monthly dot will be called out over here in the Discord, right here in the monthly alerts. And we'll also get the weekly one from Bitcoin as well. But if we can get the weekly here in the next couple of days or next couple of weeks, I think it'll either come next week or the week after that. I think it comes before April. And then, like I said, I think you see the monthly dot in May or June. If we are still in a bull market, if this is still a bull market, that green dot has to come in May or June. If it doesn't, okay, we're probably going to see one of these. Okay, we're going to see a bear market. But with everything developing, guys, with everything going on in the world, everything's adding right up. All this stuff with tariffs, everything going on. Okay, this is why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going to be the future of finance. Okay, the dollar, the yuan, whatever you want to call it. Okay, all of that is going bye-bye. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight, but over the next 10 to 20 years, there's not even going to be a dollar anymore. It's going to be stable coins and cryptocurrency. Okay, so quit thinking so short term for everyone that's freaking out right now. Quit thinking about the day-to-day, freaking out every time we get a red candle on the daily chart. Think long term right now. Look at the macro time frame, guys. Okay, the macro time frame, the monthly chart is the one you want to pay attention to. That's what we focus on here on this channel. So 74,000, again, big level for Bitcoin. And then our sell strategy, guys, is based on the daily. So again, we want to sell at the prices up here in the red zone. We want to sell the red dots on the daily chart inside of the red zone. You can see Bitcoin topped out right there at 106, gave us the daily dot in the red zone, and it sold off. Okay, it also gave you one back here in the red zone at 106, sold off. Okay, but I think we're about to reverse here, folks. I think the bottom's in here at 74K for Bitcoin. And like I said, if we get that green dot in May or June, you're going to see a massive move across the board, not just for Bitcoin, but for altcoins as well. So let's get into this watch list, guys. I will not be taking chart requests today, unfortunately. If you guys want chart requests, put them over here. I'm going to do a chart request video on Monday. I got to get through this watch list here, though. We do a watch list every single Friday here on this channel. Get those over in the Discord for Monday or show up to Monday's live stream. But this is strictly just the names that I think look like they're going to break out either next week or the coming weeks, right? I think these are very are assets to be paying attention to because they are all showing signs of a massive reversal. So I'm going to start here with Chainlink. Okay, Chainlink, these are actually the positions I'm currently holding. I'll start with those, and then I'll get into the names that I'm looking to buy down here on the watch list. So the first one, my largest holding, is going to be Chainlink here. Okay, this thing's had a brutal sell-off over the last 3 months, just like every cryptocurrency. My average price is around $15 right now. It's up around 7% today. And again, I'm looking to add to Chainlink when I get that monthly dot there. Okay, the last one came right here at around 11.50, and it went all the way up to $30. So like I said, I think these dots in crypto are going to come anytime between May and June. May and June, 2 months from now is when you're going to see these. And then that's when I think you're going to see this explosive move here to the upside. But I still really like Chainlink. As long as this one holds on to $10, it is still very bullish. It's putting in a higher low on the monthly chart. You can see we bounced right here at $8 and we bounced right here at 10. So that is a higher low. A higher low is when we go up, we come down, we bounce, we come back, and we bounce at a higher level. And this one's bouncing right here at 10. I'm looking to add to my Chainlink position on a weekly dot. and also a monthly dot. I'll be looking to add twice to Chainlink, but I like my average at 15. I'm down about, I think I'm down probably 20%, a little less than 20% on the position right now. But again, I'm not investing for the prices down here. I'm investing for the prices up here in the red zone. Again, this was a great time to be selling Chainlink up here at 29. Also a great time to be selling right here at 26. And now it's sitting all the way down here at 12. So I'm waiting for price to retract. I personally think Chainlink is one of the strongest fundamental projects out there when it comes to crypto, meaning it has a really good use base. A lot of, well, every blockchain technically uses it, and every blockchain is going to have to use it in the future because it is pretty much the future of payments. It's going to integrate all the ISOs, all the stable coins. Okay, if you haven't researched Chainlink and you don't know about it, I think it's one of the most, it's going to be one of the most widely used cryptocurrency technologies out there. And I really like this one. I'm going to look to buy Chainlink on the weekly dot again when that signal comes. CLSK. So this one is green here on the month. We don't got a monthly dot just yet. I kind of jumped the gun on this a little bit, but what I'm looking at here on a weekly chart right now is a green dot here back in April. And this candle is actually confirmed simply because, right? Simply because the candle just closed, right? The weekly candle closes for stocks every single Friday. So on Friday, the candle closes. So this is a confirmed dot. So sometimes you guys see these dots show up and then they'll fade away, right? They'll go off the chart. Well, that's because as price action moves, right, so does the dot, so does the signal. But when a candle closes, okay, that means the dot cannot be taken off. So this one had a weekly dot back here in the same exact spot back in, what was that, September of 2024. The price was sitting right there at 880, and it went all the way up here to 18. I know that doesn't look like much on the chart, but that is 120% move on that name. And again, if crypto breaks out here, if crypto decides to go on an actual bull run, okay, this is a cryptocurrency mining company. So I'm just playing the same signal we got back here that resulted in 120% move. But if Bitcoin goes to 120, 150, like I think it's going to, this one's going to be trading up between $30 and $35 in my opinion. I'm still long on CLSK, and I really, really like that green weekly dot that we just got today. ARB is a name that I just added to today. I'm sorry, I bought this yesterday. If you guys want to follow my trades, you guys can get those over here in Overkill Trades. But I bought this yesterday or on the 9th. I'm sorry, 2 days ago. This is a DeFi name, and I just think it's been very, 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 very overreacted to. I think it's just very, very oversold right now, and it's a very used DeFi project. It's one of the best DeFi projects out there. And I just think it's very oversold right now. It's stupidly oversold. Like I said, if crypto goes, everything is going to go. And I want to look for the names that are used and have been hit the hardest. So ARB, I'm just long on the project. I'm long on it. And I think we're going to break out here in May or June on ARB. I bought this one right here off the dot on the daily. That was right there at around, I think I got it in at like 28 cents. But my target on this is all the way up here at around 1 to 120. Okay, if we bounce here. And that weekly dot will probably be a really good place to add again. But I like this one as long as it holds on to 20 cents. If it goes down to 20 cents, I'm probably just going to end up buying more. I'm long and I'm strong on this. Again, buying for the prices up here in the red zone. Okay, every time we come up here into the red zone, you're always like, damn, I wish I was buying down here. Okay, and right now we're down inside the golden zone. And I just think this one's been hit very, very hard. They also just got listed on Robinhood. I think last month that happened. And ever since Robinhood listed them, that's when I started to pay attention to them, because Robinhood only has about 23 to 24 cryptocurrencies that they offer on their platform. And I just thought it was interesting how they randomly got listed. So like I said, if it goes down to 20 cents, I'm just going to buy more. But I'm watching for a weekly dot first, and then I'll be looking for the monthly. But like I said, May, June is when I think the real move in crypto is going to actually kick off here. So like I said, I'm holding this one 1 to 6 months out on all investments, guys. I don't care if this thing goes down tomorrow or next week. My focus is 1 to 6 months out, because I think we're going to be trading much, much higher by the end of summer. So ARB, I'm still long on it. Again, my target's always up here in the red zone between 1 and 120. Snapchat, this has probably been my worst trade this year. I started to buy this thing right here on this green candle. I thought we were going to reverse here. And then here come the tariffs, and this thing's just been hit really, really hard. So at this point, I'm just holding on to it. Again, my target's up here between 16 and 17. What I'm watching for on Snapchat is the weekly dot. Okay, this last weekly dot came back here in September around $8. It went all the way up to 13. That was around a 70% move. So watching for the weekly there on Snap. And then once the weekly comes, that will feed the monthly. But I don't see this one going lower than $7. We tapped 7 and then had a huge move up. So I still like Snap above 7. I bought it for a fundamental purposes. I think it's one of the best social media companies out there. They're making about $1.5 billion a quarter. That's not that much, but they have one of the largest user bases out there. And I just think it's very, very oversold. I'm going to look to add to my Snapchat position based on the weekly here, because every time this thing prints a weekly dot, it always has a really big move to the upside. And they do have earnings coming up here on the 29th of April there. DJT, this is Trump's media company. This is just a play on Trump, really. But what I really like about this chart is that we closed with a doji on the monthly, but mostly on the weekly chart, right? We had that big move down to 16, and it had like a 22% move there when Trump paused those tariffs. But you could see based on the weekly here, guys, okay, the last time we got a green dot with the wave way down here, okay, that was right here back in September of 2024 at $15. Literally the same exact price we bounced at. This thing went from 15 all the way up to 55. Okay, that is a big move. Okay, that's a 273% move there. I think you're going to see that green dot show up next week. Okay, the week of probably around the 15th. And I think this thing's going to have another explosive move to the upside. My target on this is anywhere from 50 to 60. That's probably where I'll be looking to take profits, but who knows where it's going to go. I mean, it went as high as 80 back here. So we'll see. But I'm extremely bullish on DJT in the coming weeks to months for a trade here. And I think I started to add around 30. I started buying it right here, and then I bought more around 20. So my average is like 25. So like I said, I'm down. But again, my target's up here in the red zone between 55 and 65. Price always retracts to the red zone on the Fibonacci. If you guys don't know what a Fibonacci tool is, it is one of the most used tools among traders and institutional investors, right? It's a very, very good tool to determine where your resistance and where your support levels are. So my target's always up here in the red zone. Whenever I buy, I'm always buying for these prices up here. I'm not buying for the prices down here, so I'm not going to sell down here. I'm buying, accumulating, and then we're selling up here in this zone. So I think, like I said, DJT along with crypto is going to come. This monthly dot will be on the chart either in May or June. And if we get a weekly dot next week, this thing is going to absolutely explode to the upside, in my opinion. So it's just very oversold. Again, a very similar move here, all the way down, big rip up, all the way down. Okay, that green dot is going to be the confirmation of that reversal, and I think that's coming next week. And then Paramount, I bought this for some weird reason a couple weeks ago, and it sold off. It did have a green monthly here. It still does have a green monthly chart, so just watching for a daily green dot now on this one. But I think if this one breaks down below 1050, I'll probably sell it. But that's where we bounced last time, had a really nice move up. They also have earnings coming up here at the end of the month as well. And again, my target's up here between 13 and 14. They actually have a dividend. So if they can hold on to 1050, I still like it. But if 1050 breaks, I'm probably going to sell that Paramount. What's going on, Matt? What's going on, Jappy? Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? Dominic, what's going on, brother? Adam, everybody in the chat, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a good day. Nice little bounce on the market today. That little flush out yesterday, guys. I think the bottom's in here. I think the bottom's in. I think the bottom was in last week. So we'll see what happens. If these China tariffs go away, I think these markets are going to just absolutely explode. We are literally one news piece away from absolutely exploding to the upside. One news piece away. And you're seeing some of these altcoins already rip. I mean, look at Swift coin here, up 38% on the day. This thing went, that green dot came right there at 0.0007. It went all the way up to 2 cents. That was a 150% move. But Swift coin looks really good here. Big move up. I wouldn't chase this thing. Okay. What I'm waiting on is a pullback and a green dot. Okay. Wait for the daily green dot. And now that we actually got the breakout confirmation, look at the monthly candle here. Big reversal candle there on the Swift coin. and the big reversal here on the weekly. So I think you're probably going to see a weekly dot on this one by the end of the week, probably by tomorrow. If not this week, going to be next week. But I'm not going to chase this one. I want this thing to pull back a little bit before I take my move. But this is something to pay attention to now that it's broken out. Now we just want to buy that first pullback and that daily green dot. So Swift is one to keep your eye on. Jasmy breaking out big here, up 17% on the day. What I'm watching for on this one, you can see the monthly chart. That monthly candle is flipping green. So we don't have that green dot confirmation just yet, but we do have it on the weekly. And like I said, the weekly chart will normally come before the monthly chart. So you're seeing the weekly right here this week, and you got the green dot back here in November. That was back at around 0.016. It went all the way up to 6 cents. So Jasmy is another name that's just been very, very, very oversold, just like ARB that we were talking about. I really like Jasmy at these levels, and I would use a stop loss right there at 0.008, but you got that buy signal this week. I think Jasmy is going to absolutely explode here. Target on that's all the way back up here to 5 cents on Jasmy. Okay, that is definitely one to watch for the coming months. Ondo Finance, another one that's just absolutely ripping, also giving us the green dot here on the weekly. No green dot on the monthly, but we can't see the data yet. Okay, Ondo's too new of a coin for us to see the data. So if you guys have the indicator and you don't see it on your chart, that's because it's too new. It hasn't been around long enough. So what do we have to do? We have to go to a smaller time frame like the weekly. And the weekly has the green dot here on the weekly. See the buy signal right there? The last time we got that was back in November. Very similar looking candle here to this one. Very similar looking candle. Okay, and this thing went from, what was that, 50 cents all the way up to $2. And you're seeing it right here, right now. So I like Ondo Finance as long as it can hold on to that 60-cent level. I don't think this one's actually probably going to break down below 80, but we shall see. But this is, again, these are swing trades, guys. These are 1 to 6 month swing trades. So we are buying for the prices up here. Okay, target on this is going to be all the way up here at 2, and who knows, this thing could break out and go even higher. There's a lot of people that like this project and that liked it. Everyone was super excited about it up here at $2. Now no one's talking about it down here, but you have the buy signal showing up here this week. Again, we talk about the market psychology all the time, guys. We want to buy when nobody's excited. Okay, right now nobody's excited about crypto. Everyone's calling for the bear market. Everyone's overly bearish. Everyone's just not having a good time, right? Now is the time to be loading your bags. Okay, I gave you multiple reasons to be bullish on crypto right now. That total chart that we talked about at the beginning of the stream is probably the number one reason. Okay, Bitcoin bouncing on its 9, really good reason. And now you're seeing some of these altcoins that have just been absolutely nailed to the downside. I mean, this thing from its highs is down 70%. 70% looks like this. Okay, and now you got the buy signal here on Ondo. I really like Ondo for the coming weeks to months as well. And again, 1 to 6 months out, guys. You see this dot showing up here today on the weekly. If it goes down tomorrow, you cannot care. Okay, it doesn't matter because, again, we are buying for the prices up here in the red zone. Okay, every time price comes into the red zone, you're always like, damn, I wish I was buying down here at 60 cents. Okay, most retail buys up here at $2. Everyone wants to buy when everyone's excited. No one wants to buy when everyone's not having a good time, right? That's just the psychology of the market, guys. And right now, no one's having a good time. But now is the best time, in my opinion, to be buying cryptocurrency. And these moves happen really, really fast. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks it took to go up 200, 300% right there. Took 5 weeks. So if you're getting in on like week 5, you missed the meat of the move. You missed all the meat of the move. But right now, if you guys are watching this video, this looks like the beginning of the move for me. And yes, we could chop around, go back to 80 cents, whatever. But as long as Ondo hangs on to 60 cents, this is very bullish. Okay, this is called a higher low. Again, we bounced at 50, and where are we bouncing right now? Right there at 65. Okay, so if you want to set a stop loss, set it at 60. But honestly, if it goes down to 60, I'd probably just buy more on Ondo. But I am very, very bullish on Ondo in the coming weeks. Here's XPEV. XPEV, this is a China stock. So I just, to be honest, I don't want to buy any Chinese stocks right now. I don't know what Trump's going to do. They're not wanting to play ball. I've heard there's going to be some talk of them delisting Chinese stocks from the United States stock market. If that happens, you'll see every Chinese stock crater to the floor. Okay. You'll see their stocks just go into a hole and they'll probably make a deal. I'm thinking that deal is probably going to come within 1 to 2 weeks, right? This is all just a show right now, right? They're just playing the game. In my opinion, China's playing checkers, but Trump's playing chess. We'll see who comes out on top. I really don't know what's going to happen, but it doesn't affect crypto. I don't know why I would affect crypto at all, just because crypto is not. I mean, who cares about tariffs? Are actually good for cryptocurrency, right? Because tariffs are what wreck the dollar. Tariffs are what cause inflation. And if the dollar's going down, that's good for cryptocurrency. So I think in the end game, for Trump, I think he's going to say, okay, we're not on the dollar anymore. We're going to a crypto backed currency, right? A crypto based currency. I think that's what's going to happen eventually. And when that news comes out, I mean, who knows what the hell the markets are going to do? It's going to be absolutely insane. You're going to get every single institutional investor, every single big bank, every single right company in the world rushing to buy this stuff. And we're getting in before it all happens. So again, it's not a light switch that gets turned on and off, right? This is something that happens over time, over years. Okay. Not just something that is going to happen tomorrow. Okay. Trump could come out tomorrow and say it, but who knows, right? Again, our time frame is always 1 to 6 months out. Okay. And TAO, this is another one we've been watching for a while. What I like about TAO, again, no data yet on the monthly indicator, but it has a nice green candle here on the monthly. What I like about it is it came back and touched the same exact level we bounced at right here, which was around 160. It went from 160 all the way up to 800. Okay. Again, doesn't look like much on the chart, but that is a 385% move there. Okay. And that's a double bottom. If you guys don't know what a double bottom is, ask ChatGPT or go to Google, but it is a very bullish pattern. Okay. It's when we bounce on a level and then we bounce on it again. So I think TAO is just up from here. And that one's also got the weekly dot here as well. I'm actually going to call this one out over here in the Discord because I really, really like this chart as well. TAO weekly dot. Oops, let me go ahead and post the chart. Again, if you guys are a member of the Discord, it's $4 a month to join. You guys can get all these setups. I post all my favorite setups over here inside the Discord under Overkill Alerts. I post all my trades over here inside of Overkill Trades. You can also chat with our community over here. We have about 1,500 people in the community. All you got to do to become a member is join the Discord. Click on the Become a Member tab. And then you just click this link and it signs you up, and then you get access to everything in the Discord. Also the monthly, the weekly, the daily alerts, the golden dots. We got a bunch of golden dots going off this week. This is also another sign of a bottom here. We had a ton go off this week over here. And the golden dots are one of the most bullish indications that you can get. But you'll get access to all that stuff as well. If you guys got questions about that, just feel free to shoot me an email. My email is right here in the server rules. At overkillinvesting.club. Please make sure to read these guys. And one more thing, I will never, ever, ever add you guys as a friend or send you a message asking for money or cryptocurrency or anything. Okay. I'll never send you a message first. I'll never add you as a friend on any social media platform. If you send me a message, I'll message you back, but I will never message you first. I just want you guys to know that. I've had a lot of people reaching out to me saying they got someone named Overkill messaging them. It is not me. Okay. I don't have any weird trading platform or anything like that. My only two products are the $4 a month membership over here in the Discord and also the trading indicator right here, which you can purchase for yourself by clicking on this link right here. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly into your TradingView account. You'll get the Fibonacci levels. You'll get the red and green dots. Your screen will look exactly like my screen. And if you guys have any questions or need support with that, again, my email is right there inside of the thread in that trading indicator tab right down there. Those are my only two things that I offer. Everything else is a scam, guys. Again, I will never, ever add you as a friend. No offense. I love you guys, but I will never add you as a friend first, right? If you add me, I'll add you back, and I will never shoot you a message first, just so we're clear. But TAO, really nice breakout here today. And I really like that one over 160. That one looks really good. And then MSTR, MicroStrategy, another crypto stock here. This is Michael Saylor's company. Again, a green candle here. We don't got that dot yet, but if my analysis is correct, we're going to see the monthly green dot here in May. Maybe even this month. I mean, we got another 20 days in April. If the price goes up, you could see that dot appear right here in April on MSTR. So we're watching this. Again, we don't have confirmation yet, but the last green dot came right here at around 160. It went all the way up to $500. So this one also, I believe, had the weekly dot this week. No, it had a red one print, but we had the weekly a couple weeks ago. But this one looks fine. Okay, even with the red dot print, I think this one looks really good over that 234 support level. And we'll see how this one turns out here. As long as this one can hold on to 234, I like it. We got the green dot there yesterday at 264. It had a nice 10% move off of that today. But again, watching this one, this is a watch list, guys. And if we get the green dot here on MSTR, that's just going to be another indication that the crypto market is about to have another leg higher. And just based on this chart and how it's setting up here, right, that 9 EMA, it's bouncing right on that moving average here. And Sailor's Company looks really good as long as we can hold on to that 230 level there on the chart of MSTR. We got Curve. This is another altcoin here, and no green dot yet, but again, we're watching for it. Okay, so that green dot here, again, nice green candle, beautiful green candle here on Curve. And that had a huge breakout. Okay, huge looking candle here. Also looking fantastic today. Holy smokes, dude. Beautiful breakouts. And I think you're going to see this monthly dot for sure, probably in May or even by the end of April. I think it's very, very possible you could see CRV, another cryptocurrency, another altcoin here, looking very, very solid here. Let me just turn on my EMAs real quick on the daily. And yeah, we're breaking over the 200 EMA right now too. So that's a really, really good sign for CRV. I really, really like this one. Honestly, I'd probably buy this one here, and I just make sure that thing holds on to 39 cents. That's a pretty big drop, so I wouldn't go too crazy with it. But this one looks like it could go much, much higher. Target on that would be anywhere from 1 to 120 there on Curve. But I like the monthly, how it's setting up here. And then you got RNDR also putting a nice bull hammer in here. Nice green candle here on the monthly. Let's check the weekly here. The weekly had the green dot. Again, the weekly dot will feed. The weekly dot will come before the monthly dot. So if you see your monthly chart very oversold like we've been for the last 4 months, right? We've gone down for 4 months in a row. Okay, the only other time we did that in history on RNDR, we haven't even ever gone down 4 months in a row. We went down 3 months in a row, 3 months in a row. This is the first time this thing's ever dipped 4 months in a row. And this one also had the golden dot here back in February. It's sitting just a little bit above now that price that we got it at. You can see the golden dot right there. We dipped a little bit, right, and then came back. Again, these signals are 1 to 6 month swing trades, guys. They're not day trades, right? This thing came at the beginning of March. It's been a month. So we have another 5 months to go off of this signal to tell if it's right or not. And based on what I'm looking at on the monthly, that is a reversal candle right there based on the monthly. And also the weekly dot is green here. So this thing's pointing straight up. I think this is a solid project as well. Target on that's anywhere from $9 to $10 there on RNDR, but that one's looking really good this week. And if we can get that monthly confirmation, like I said, in May or June, this thing is going to explode, in my opinion, to new highs. BCH, again, no green dot just yet, but nice green hammer candle. Okay, the weekly dot is still red. So I'd be watching for the weekly signal on this, but I think it's coming here, folks. I think it's coming here very, very fast. You can see 280 is our support level here. This is Bitcoin Cash. And watching for either the weekly or the monthly signal this week on this. Okay, watch that level where we're bouncing there at like 240. I'd probably put the level at 200. If it goes down to 200, I'd probably just buy more here. But we got this weekly dot back here in March at 320. It's sitting at 311 right now, so you're technically buying it at the same price you got this dot at. We had a little manipulation over the last 4 weeks, and I think this one's about ready to explode too. And that one had the daily dot there a couple of days ago. So if that thing goes down to 200, I'd simply just buy more of it. And again, you can wait for the weekly to add if you want, but I think these markets are going to explode here in the summertime, folks. So BCH, another one to keep your eye on. Here's gold, GOLD. This is a gold miner. They mine gold, but you could see how now this one is up here in the red zone. See how it's in the red zone? This is actually where we want to be taking profits. Okay. So up here, you can see when we get the red dot in the red zone on the daily, okay, the Fibonacci. And again, if you guys don't know what a Fibonacci is, the Fibonacci tool is, come over here to the free trading course. I have a free trading course inside my Discord. This video right here explains the Fibonacci tool better than any video on the internet. Okay. This is not my video, but this guy explains it very, very well. I also have about 7 or 8 other videos on here that you guys can watch. But my trading course is completely free if you guys want to go check that out. But up here in the red zone is where we want to be selling. So I'm actually taking this one off of my watch list here, even though gold is just absolutely exploding right now. But again, we don't want to be buyers of stuff up here in the red zone. We don't want to buy. Okay, we should have bought right here. Okay, right there at $18 to $19. Okay, and you're up about 10% today off that dot. Because again, the monthly was green. And I'm not saying this thing can't just explode to the upside here, right? But as a trader, I don't want to buy stuff up here. I want to buy stuff down here, right, in the golden zones, down here, the golden zone here or the golden zone here. Specifically, if you look at the EMAs as well, the EMAs, the moving averages, also are good places to watch. But I want to see a pullback on gold before I buy it. Okay, I want to see a pullback on GOLD before I buy it. So that one's off the list there. I'm going to actually keep that one. Let's keep it in there just to watch for a daily dot, just because the monthly is green. Right, the monthly's green and the weekly's even green here. So I want to buy pullbacks on this name, but I'm not buying it up here in the red zone. I want to see this thing pull back before I were to take action on GOLD. BTG, another gold miner here. BTG is the ticker. Also green here on the monthly as well, but not buying this one up here in the red zone. So I'm actually going to put those on the blue list. Let's put those on the blue list. Those are like the runner-up. The blue list is like my runner-up stocks. They're just too hot right now. They're way too far off the moving averages. Okay, they're sitting up here in the red zone. We want to wait for pullbacks. Again, when we come into the red zone is normally when we sell off. Okay, that's normally when the profit taking happens. What else we got here? FLR. Okay, another altcoin here. Also flipping to a green candle here on the monthly. I like this one as long as it can hold on to a penny. Okay, that looks good. And you got the weekly dot here as well on FLR. This is another altcoin that could run really, really hard. The last time we got a green dot on this was back here November 11th, sitting at around the same price as it came. It went all the way up to 4 cents for about a 200 or 300% move. So again, weekly signal here getting called out. That's FLR, ticker FLR. That's a cryptocurrency there. You got IBIT. IBIT is the Bitcoin ETF. This is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Also flipping green here on the monthly. So we're in here on the daily, and what are we looking for? We're looking for the daily green dots. This thing came back there on the 10th at 44. It's up about 5% today. But again, if Bitcoin if Bitcoin's going to do what I think it's going to do, you're going to see IBIT much, much higher as well. You're going to see IBIT. If Bitcoin goes to 150, IBIT, this Bitcoin trust of BlackRock's is going to be much, much higher. I really like this one as long as it can hold on to that $43 level there. Beautiful bounce this week on that as well. Beautiful bounce. I really like IBIT at these levels. Okay, nice green candle here in the month of April as well. Okay, so if you want confirmation on that, you just want to wait for the weekly dot. Again, the last weekly dot came back here in September at 32. It went all the way up to 62. Okay, beautiful run there on IBIT. And then Bitcoin, we talked about this one. Okay, watching for the weekly on that one. The weekly dot will feed the monthly. So we need that weekly dot to print either next week or the week after that. If that happens, I do believe the monthly dot is going to come either in May or June. That's what we're watching. And as long as this one can hold on here to 80,000, or I'm sorry, 74,000, again, previous resistance becomes support. This was the previous resistance right there at 74, and it was literally the same exact level we bounced on just a couple of days ago. So this is a technical pattern here, folks. This is textbook technical analysis right here. That was the same level we topped out at and had a dip on, and we came back and tested the top of it. So like I said, you're hearing it here, Bitcoin to 120 to 150,000 by the end of 2025. I'm thinking by the end of even summer. And I think a parabolic move is coming here, folks. I don't think anyone has seen anything yet. And I think crypto is literally about to shock the world. So if we get that green dot in May or June, I mean, we're going to make so much money. If you guys are invested right now, it's not even funny. So if you're playing Bitcoin, I just watched 74,000. That would be the stop loss. And then you got AVAX also flipping to the green candle here as well. Again, if you want confirmation, just wait for the green candle or the green dot there. But this one also has a weekly dot showing up here this week. So again, the weekly dot will come before the monthly dot here, right? So this thing feeds the monthly chart. The fact that we're bouncing here on 14 is extremely bullish. I'm thinking AVAX is going to all-time highs here as well. All-time highs on AVAX is up here at 140. Okay, we're sitting at $20 here right now. So AVAX, in my opinion, is a major, major buy this week off that signal. And I think the monthly dot is going to come either in May or June. We got CVI, an energy company here with a green dot on the monthly. The daily chart gave you the signal right there in April. So again, as long as the monthly chart is green, we're looking to buy those daily dots. And you're seeing that daily signal come right there. So I think as long as this one holds on to 15, it looks like a good play on energy. To be honest, I don't know too much about this company, so I'm actually going to take this thing off of my watch list here. And we're gonna get rid of that. And then airlines this week, guys. So we had a number of these golden dots come this week. Okay, I mean, you're talking, I called out the total right there. Chainlink even had one on its Heikinashi candles there. Heikinashi is just a different form of candle, but you could see that all these travel companies like CCL, that's Carnival Cruise Lines, ALK, that's Alaska Airlines, UAL, which is United Airlines, DAL, which is Delta Airlines, and then American Airlines as well, all gave those golden dots. So to me, that's a signal that a bottom is very, very near. I really like this setup here as long as we can hold on to our lows right there at 50. I'd be a buyer at these levels on UAL. It's very, very oversold as well on the monthly chart. So the golden dot to me is always a buy signal, right? A 1 to 6 month swing trade. They got earnings coming up here. Looks like next week they got earnings. So the trade on this would be all the way up here to 100 to 110. And I would use a stop loss at these lows right here at 50 bucks on UAL. But all those airlines, every single one of them gave a golden dot this week. So I thought that was very interesting. He also had Airbnb give a golden dot as well. And MU, which is the chip maker there. STX. So STX, what I'm watching for on this one is also a green dot here on the monthly, but you got that green candle forming here, bouncing nicely off of 50. So that is a potential reversal signal there with the doji. And this one also has a green monthly as well. So I really like STX as well, as long as it can hold on to 50 cents here. Yeah, oil's down a lot right now. Oil, pretty much everything's down right now, right? Everything's, in my opinion, at a bargain price right now. I think we're going to bounce back really hard, and people are going to crap their pants here pretty soon. But STX, again, down 4 months in a row, nice green candle forming here, and also has a weekly green dot. So in my opinion, right, 50 cents is the bottom for STX here. This is a cryptocurrency. I really, really like this name. It's built on the Bitcoin blockchain, actually. And as long as we can hold on to 50 cents, I'm extremely bullish on STX. Like I said, I think you're going to see the monthly green dot in May or June. That's what we're watching for. But I don't think there's anything wrong with nibbling down here at 60 cents. Okay, as long as we can hold on to 50, I'm very bullish on STX here. Then we got XRP. Again, guys, we called XRP out back here at 50 cents. Okay, everyone was buying XRP up here at $2 to $3. We were buying it back here at 50 cents. Okay, this thing went all the way up to 350. So it's bouncing right on that 9 EMA we've been talking about. What I'm looking for on XRP here is a green dot on the weekly. The green dot on the weekly will feed the monthly. If we can get that confirmation, that will feed the monthly, and I think you're going to see another move just like that. The level I'm watching on this is 150. If it goes down to 150, I would buy more. And if it breaks 150, it's probably going down there to $1. Okay. So those are your targets to buy more. I wouldn't buy more here. If you want to buy it too, you can. But if it goes down to 150, I would simply just buy more. And if it goes down to $1 after that, I would buy even more. But this thing really needs to go in May. Okay. If we can, like I said, if we don't pump in May, if the crypto market does not go up in May, the bull run is over. You guys hear me? If we do not have a green candle in May, the bull run is over. Okay, but we will not know till May. That's the thing. We will not know till May. Okay, because we are testing major levels right now. Okay, and one other thing to consider about XRP is that it's sitting right on its 200-day moving average. Okay, right on that light blue line right there. That's the 200-day moving average. Okay, so think of that as the 6-month moving average. Okay, we want to buy as close to the averages as possible. Okay, you can see up here, we don't want to be buying up here at $3, right? We should have been selling up here at $3 because why? Well, we got a red dot inside of the red zone on the Fibonacci up here. Okay, that is where we want to sell. Right now, though, we're sitting right at that 6-month moving average. So, I mean, as long as XRP holds on to 150, in my opinion, we're still bullish. I know we don't have the green dot yet, but we have to break down below 150 before this rides over. Okay, and if we can get a green dot here in the next couple of weeks on the weekly chart of XRP, okay, this chart is going to absolutely explode. We got Algorand. Algorand also flipping to green here on the monthly, a really good sign. I like Algorand as long as it can hold on to, call it 15 cents here. Where I'd buy Algorand, I'd probably nibble on some right here, but if that green dot comes this week or next week, I would buy Algorand here at these levels. Again, all-time highs on Algorand was all the way up here at $3. This was the bull run, guys. This was the bull run. This is not a bull run, okay? This is not a bull run. In my opinion, this is the takeoff phase, right? The takeoff phase. Boom. Rip. Okay. This is not the bull run. This is the bull run. Okay. So above 15, right? Algo looks really good. And again, got a nice green doji forming here this month. I would wait for the weekly green dot. Again, the last one you got was right here in November. That came around 13, 14 cents. It went all the way up to 64 for about a 600% move. So I'd watch the weekly for the dot. And if we can get that weekly dot here by the end of May, you're going to see a green dot here in May or June on the monthly. Okay, the larger the time frame, the more accurate, guys. The larger the time frame, the more accurate. DAL, Delta Airlines. This one also had the golden dot as well here, and they actually beat their earnings by quite a bit. So this one also looks really cheap. If you really want confirmation, I'd wait for the weekly. You can see the last weekly green dot on DAL came right here at 40. It went all the way up there to 70, and now it's all the way back down here to 34. So the golden dot came. So the golden dot is a buy signal, right? That is a signal to buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. Our target's up here in the red zone. So our target price is anywhere from 64 to 68 on Delta Airlines. Then we got Cardano here. Cardano is actually red on the monthly. Okay. What we're watching for on Cardano is a weekly dot now. Again, we got this golden dot back here in March. That came right there around 63 cents. Where are we sitting right now? 63 cents. This thing went up 100% in one day off that golden dot. And now it's all the way back down here. It tapped 50 and bounced. So I'm not giving up on Cardano until it breaks down below 50. If you want to trade Cardano, I'd buy it here and use a stop loss at 50 cents. Okay, because if this bull run is coming back, okay, we're not going to break back down below 50. So I'm watching for a weekly dot on Cardano. Again, the last weekly dot came right here November 4th. We absolutely did the ripski. And we got a few more back here. We chopped around, and then we exploded to the upside. Okay, so I'm watching 50 cents on Cardano like an absolute hawk. We got H-bar coming up here real quick. H-bar, I just covered ADA, whatever you call it. Ondo Finance, we covered that, Emmanuel. You're going to have to watch the replay. All the replays of our streams are posted right over here in the latest tab. Okay, you can see today's. Boom, we got someone from England. We got someone from, I think that's Britain. And we got someone from Canada. We got some people from America. Okay, shout out to you guys. And by the way, if we can get the YouTube stream to 200 likes, I'll give away 200 XRP. We haven't really been close. We need that bull run to come back when everyone's excited and they'll actually hit the like button. Okay, it's not my fault these things are going, the markets are going down, guys. But if you guys can get the YouTube stream to 200 likes, I will give away 200 XRP here live on stream. MKR, this one's also got a green monthly candle as well. And it's got the green dot there as well. I still like MKR above 1,000. I think that looks really good. And you got a green dot here on the weekly as well. So I think this one's about ready to break out. As long as this one holds on to 1,000, I still think MKR looks really, really good. Again, I think you're going to see this dot most likely in May or June. Okay, you got this one back here in 2023 at $600. It went all the way up to 4,000. That was an 800% move. Okay, 700% move there. So yeah, that will be the confirmation, but I think that's coming in May or June, folks. So Again, the weekly charts are looking good. The daily charts are looking good. Everything's looking good right now. If you're scared to buy right now, I feel sorry for you, because again, in the next 1 to 6 months, in my opinion, by the end of summer, you're going to be very mad you weren't buying at these prices. Okay, you got Coinbase also putting in a doji here as well. Okay, so all these crypto stocks are looking really good too. And look at Coinbase, dude. Oh my gosh. Coinbase weekly green dot coming. Coinbase weekly green dot incoming. Look at that. I mean, the last time we were down here on the wave was back here in September at 160, literally around the same price we're sitting at right now. This thing went all the way up to 350. So yeah, this thing looks really good. I would buy Coinbase here at these levels. I would definitely buy Coinbase here at these levels, and I would use a stop loss probably at 140. 140 would be the stop loss. That's where we hit. So I like Coinbase a lot. I think they're going to grow a lot over the coming years in crypto, and this thing looks really good. The second you see that weekly green dot, that could definitely come next week on Monday, but I think you're going to see another explosive move to the upside here this summer. We got CRO. CRO is still a buy as well. Okay, as long as we can hold on to these lows right there at 6 cents, CRO is still an extreme buy right here. Okay, got the golden dot back here in March. That was at 7 cents. It went all the way up to 12, and now we're looking like we're putting in a double bottom here, and we're going to explode higher. So I'm still a buyer of CRO at these levels, and like I said, I think you're going to see the monthly dot here in May or June. May or June is when you're going to see it. Okay, and 0.06 is our stop loss on this trade. This thing literally went up like, how much was that, dude? I mean, that was a massive, massive move. That was a 200% move last time. Okay, we got the green dot. So right now we're just chopping around. We're just doing this. Okay, eventually this explosive move is going to come back on CRO. This is what I saw as one of the fastest growing blockchains right now in the market. And they got some really, really good partnerships as well. So don't sleep on CRO. I really like this one above 0.065. What else we got? We got CNC. CNC's given a green dot here on the monthly. This is a huge company. They make around, what did they make last quarter? $40 billion a quarter. This thing's a buy, and a stop loss should be set right there at 60. But this looks extremely, extremely bullish here with that green dot on the monthly. I'm an absolute buyer of CNC. That's a stock. Here's AMAT. So we got the green dot here on the monthly on AMAT. This is American Tower Corporation. And this one just looks solid right now as well. That thing's bouncing nicely right there off at 200. Target on that's up there at 240. We got the Dollar General also. Green dot here on the monthly chart, looking fantastic. Nice little pullback. I really like the Dollar General. As long as it can hold on to that $80 level, I would look to buy the next daily green dot here on the Dollar General. That one looks really solid, and that's got a lot of room to recover there. And I don't think these guys are as exposed to China. I could be wrong on that, but they've been going up ever since the China tariffs got announced. So I don't know if they make their stuff somewhere else or what the deal is, but this chart looks really, really good. As long as it can hold on to that $80 level, I really like the Dollar General around here. Target price on that's going to be up there between 140 and 160. That's about 100% from where we sit right now. And then CELH, again, this has been one of my favorite holdings all the way since like February. I made like 300% on these options off that jump there. It pulled back. So this is like a textbook setup for us, guys. You get the monthly dot, right? That signals that, hey, a macro breakout is coming. And then you get the pullback here, and then you get the green dot right here at 25, right? And it goes all the way up to it's sitting at 40 right now. That's like a 60% move. Okay, 50% move right there. 50% move right there. You got the green dot yesterday. This thing's extremely bullish as long as it can hold on to 30. Okay, as long as this thing holds 30, my target on this is 80 to 90. From the price we sit at right now, that's literally like 120 to 150% move. So CELA still remains one of my favorite stocks to buy, and I would just continue to buy any pullback that you get. I mean, this wasn't even a pullback. You had the market just absolutely going down for the last week. This thing barely moved. This thing went down like 2%. That shows you that there's strength. Okay, that shows you that there's strength in this name. And this is one of the largest energy drink companies in the world. So I think that thing's easily going back to 80 to 90 by the end of the year. Might take till 2026. I don't know, but I'm buying every single pullback. You got a green dot there yesterday on it at 36. So as long as it holds 30, this trend is very, very strong here on CELH. We got Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza has actually got a red dot showing here on the weekly, on the monthly. I'm sorry. This thing's really choppy. So this is more of like a trader stock. I don't know about this one. If you want to play Domino's Pizza, I'd put a stop loss at 440. 440 needs to hold on that stop loss for me to want to own this thing. You got the green dot yesterday there, so we need to hold 440. Doesn't look too good, but it's still an interesting play there. That's more of a trader stock, Domino's Pizza. We got Verizon. Green dot today on Verizon. I put a stop loss at 42 on this one. Target on that's up there at 46. Monthly is green. The weekly's red, though. So, yeah, this is another tough one to play, but I would use a stop loss at 42 if I was going to play Verizon here. We got Uber Technologies. That one's also showing red here on the month. That's a big, fat weekly candle there, though. So this is one we want to buy the green dots on, right? We got that green dot on that big day we got up. It's sitting right on its 200-day moving average. So if you bought this one, I'd put a stop loss at 67. 67 on the stop loss for that. The weekly doesn't look too good, though. So we'll see how this one plays out. This is another trader stock as well. But if we can get back up to 85, that's a pretty nice trade. But I just make sure 67 holds here on Uber. We got HBAR. We got a green candle showing up here on HBAR on the monthly. No dot yet, but I think that weekly signal's coming, like I said, by the end of April. Okay, that's going to look really, really good going into April here. And we got the stop on this one set to about 12 cents there. 12 cents is the bottom of that monthly candle. Like I said, I think you guys will see the move in May or June, guys. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but the move needs to happen to the upside in May or June if we're going to save these charts. If it doesn't happen in May or June, the bear run is here. If we go down in May, I'm on the bear list. Okay, I'm switching to bearish. But we're holding some very, very strong support levels right now. And what I'd be looking for on HBAR is that weekly dot. Okay, the weekly will feed the monthly. So if you see that show up here next week, that's going to be a very, very good sign for HBAR. And it is reclaiming. It is reclaiming some very important levels here. 15 cents was an important level. We broke below it, but now we're back above it. So like I said, we need to move in the next couple of weeks up. Okay, otherwise, if we don't go up in May, you're going to see a very big sell-off to the downside. But I don't see it happening. I mean, you got a green candle showing here on the monthly, and this weekly chart is very oversold. So in my opinion, the weekly dot will come in the next 1 to 2 weeks, and that's what's going to send us back to all-time highs. I've talked about this on HBAR as well the last couple of weeks. The monthly chart here, look at the last bull run. Okay, the last bull run was back here in 2021. What did we do? We went up for 1, 2, 3 months. We pulled back for 1, 2, 3 months, and then we made a new all-time high. Okay, then we went up for 4 or 5 months and made an all-time high. Same exact pattern forming here. 3 months up, 2 months down, green candle. Okay, in my opinion, this is the next move we're going to see. Okay, I think we're going to blast off back to the upside here on HBAR, and I think you're going to see HBAR at new all-time highs. I think you'll see HBAR around $1 here by the end of summer. But we got AAL. This is another one that gave the golden dot here. So we're playing $9 on AAL there. $9 on AAL. That's just a play on the golden dot. So it has to hold on to $9 for us to want to remain in that position if you guys played that golden dot there. We got AMGN, I'm sorry. That one is red on the monthly. Let's check the weekly here. The weekly's touching that 200-week moving average. Man, this one's kind of tough. I'm actually going to take this one off for now. I'm going to put that one on the blue list just to watch it. We got Marvel, MRVL, also still red here on the monthly, but this one also had a golden dot show up here in April. So this is one you're going to want to watch 46 for. 46 would be your stop loss on the trade if you want to buy it. Another chip-making stock here. They don't make as much money, but it's very, very oversold right now. We're back down at these 2023 lows, and this stock has just been absolutely annihilated to the downside. So 46 is a big level on MRVL. That's another one that had that golden dot show up this week. We got BA. BA is still red here on the monthly as well. Nice reversal candle this week, so it needs to repair some damage. If this thing can't hold on to 140 here, we're going to be in trouble, but we're still watching that one. Technically, the dot is still green until this candle closes. Okay, so 140 is going to be a big support for BA. Ibuke says, can you do a brief overview of Algo? Yeah, we already looked at Algo, what we're watching for. I mean, I like the fact that we're flipping the green here on the monthly. Okay, just watching the weekly here for a green dot. That last weekly green dot resulted in like a 600% move. That came back in November. So I think this is coming by the end of April. And I think you're going to see the parabolic move here sometime in summer. Sometime in summer is when you're going to see that parabolic move to the upside there. So watch that for Algo. I'd watch the weekly chart there on Algorand. We got UNH. UNH is doing the Ripsky here. That one's green there on the monthly. The daily chart, I wouldn't buy this one up here in the red zone. We want to watch this one for a pullback now. Watch for a pullback and a green dot on this one. I would not buy this one up here in the red, but it does have a monthly green dot, so therefore we are bullish on it. This is one of the biggest healthcare companies in the world. I want to buy a pullback back into these moving averages right here. We got MDB, another one that gave you the golden dot here as well. Another stock that's just been absolutely annihilated to the downside. And yeah, I mean, golden dot will normally come before the monthly. It does come before the monthly, and you're seeing the weekly starting to round off here too. So I like this MDB trade down here. Again, a 1 to 6 month hold on these golden dots. This is not a day trade or a get rich quick scheme. Okay, this is a buy and hold strategy. As long as we hold on to 140, I like MDB here. Target on that is anywhere from 320 up there to 360. Keep an eye on that one. We had MOH here. We've been watching this one since last month when we got the monthly alert there at around 300. And I want to buy this one more closer to 320. Okay, watching for a green dot on that. But if this one sells off next week, I want to buy the next green dot on it. Target on that is anywhere from 400 to 420. But I still really like that one with the green dot there on the monthly chart of MOH. What else we got? ON. Yeah, I was looking at this one today. This thing's just fallen off a cliff. So this is a stock, in my opinion, that's just been a major overreaction here to the downside. I mean, this thing is selling all the way off. That blue line on the monthly chart right there, guys, that's a 16-year moving average. You're buying this one at the 20-year average right now, and this is a chip maker here. And they make about $2 billion a quarter. So in my opinion, this is one that's been very, very, very overreacted to the downside. And I want to buy those big overreactions to the downside. So you can see how deep the wave is here. I mean, the wave has never been that deep on the chart. So I think this one is going to do one of these. Boom. Rip. I mean, this thing went from 11 all the way up to 100 last time it touched our 200 EMA there. Boom. All the way to the upside. ON, another chip maker. I just watched this one. Okay, it's very, very oversold. And to be honest, I'd probably buy it at these prices. I know the technicals are very bad, but I mean, this thing is just very, very oversold and something to keep your eye on. If you want the confirmation, wait for the monthly dot there on ON. We got Airbnb. Also had a golden dot show up this week. So that tells us that 100 is our stop loss. And if you want to own Airbnb, there's never been a better time to buy it than right now off that golden dot. So $100 is a good stop loss. Target on that is anywhere from 160 to 170. Again, this was a great time to be selling Airbnb up here. You had the red dot inside of the red zone, and it sold all the way off. So I like Airbnb above 100 off the golden dot there. DLTR, this is Dollar Tree. I don't know how these guys are affected by China, but $60 is the level we'll keep bouncing at. As long as $60 holds, it doesn't look too bad. But if they have any exposure to China, they're going to be in trouble. And they actually missed their revenue by a shit ton last month. So I might actually just take that one off. Screw the Dollar Tree. I don't shop there, so I'm not going to buy it. Here's Chevron, another energy company here. Things have been hit very, very hard over the last couple of weeks. This is more of a trader stock as well. When I say trader stock, I mean day trader stock. I would watch this one for a daily green dot here. Daily green dot there on CVX. And then STZ. Looks like they had earnings and they did very well. This one's just rounding the corner here. Okay, Buffett bought this one last quarter, so if Buffett thinks it's cheap, it's probably cheap. I think you're going to see STZ print a green dot here in the month of April or May on the monthly. Okay, and the last time we got a green dot way down here on the monthly was back here in May. That was at 150. It went all the way up there to 260. So STZ remains a great buy. The only reason I sold my position was because I had to pay my taxes for last year and I had to sell something and I chose to sell it. And I'm kind of glad I did because it did have a pretty nasty sell off over the last week, but it's bouncing back very nicely. And I would just remain long on this position here on STZ. This is, I believe they make beer and like alcoholic beverages. So STZ still looks very interesting there based on the monthly. We got Snowflake here. Snowflake's putting in a very nice doji candle here on the monthly. As long as this one holds on to 120, I like it. Okay, a lot of these chip makers have been hit very, very hard. Chip makers, in my opinion, are very, very oversold right now. CCL, this one on the monthly chart, it's still red, but we did get the golden dot. So again, we want to pay attention when we get the golden dot to where we're going to bounce. And that weekly dot will be interesting. Okay, the last one that came was right there at 14. Thing went all the way up to 29, 30 bucks. So watch for the weekly now that you got the golden dot. Okay, now that you got the golden dot, watch for that weekly. Here's Okta, OKTA. Still green on the monthly as well. This one had a nice pullback here into 90. That was a great opportunity to buy it right there into that moving average. I still like this one as long as it can hold on to 88. Target on that is anywhere from 108 to 116, but this one looks like it has a lot of room to go here based on the monthly. Putting in a nice doji there. What's the weekly saying? The weekly still red. So I'm watching the daily here. Watch $88 there on Okta. We got EOS. EOS had a green monthly dot here at the beginning of the week, but it faded now that it went all the way down. But I'm not giving up on the play until it breaks down below 60 cents. Okay, watch for a green dot on EOS. I would buy EOS on the next green dot. Okay, if it can bounce here above 60, that's going to be a really, really nice move to the upside. This is definitely one of my favorites for this week to play on the daily. So I'd be watching for that daily green dot. And again, we call out all those daily alerts over here inside of the Discord under daily alerts. So if you see EOS pop up, I think that's going to be an excellent trade there. And then Target also given a golden dot here as well. Okay, got two golden dots on Target actually. And again, guys, I don't know what their exposure is to China. I don't know how these tariffs are going to affect them, but those tariffs are no joke. Okay, if they have any exposure to China, it's not going to be good for the stock. But again, once they get taken care of, once the tariffs go away, the stock will bounce back. So what I do on Target now, if you entered in off these golden dots, I'd continue to hold it. And then I would look to average down again on it when you get the monthly signal there on TGT. But you had two back-to-back golden dots on this one. So that is very, very interesting. But again, I don't know the exposure to China. So that is one thing to think about here. And I would just look for the monthly dot. Again, the last monthly dot came back here at 107. It went all the way up to 180 for about an 80% move. So that was a beautiful move there on Target. Watch for that green dot there on the monthly. And we got Intel here. Intel's got a green dot here on the monthly still. It is showing red, but again, that dot is not confirmed. April has to close red for that to be confirmed. So watching the daily here for a daily green dot, and you got the red one here today. So you need to set a stop loss on this one right there at 1750 if you're in it. 1750 needs to be the stop here on Intel. Okay, that's a big, big level there for Intel. 1750. And then MU, another chip maker, also gave the golden dot a couple days ago. That one's fallen off a cliff now too, though. So I'd be watching 60 bucks here. $60 is the stop loss or a place to buy more if you bought here. But that golden dot did come here today, or I'm sorry, a couple days ago. So 60 is a big level for it. Again, you want to, the monthly dot is going to be the most accurate signal, right? The golden dots are probably the second most accurate of a reversal. But yeah, I mean, the golden dot is not a bad place to add if you're literally 1 to 6 months out on the asset. So I'd buy MU here off the gold dot, and then I would wait for the monthly dot to print after that, and I would average down or up wherever it comes. So $60 is a big level for MU, but the golden dot did come here a couple days ago. JBT also got a golden dot this week as well, and this chart is very oversold as well. Very oversold at the moment. So that golden dot will come. I'm sorry, the green dot on the monthly will come shortly. And the golden dot tells you that, hey, we're very, very close here. So I'd be a buyer of this name at these levels with the golden dot. And then just watch for that monthly dot for the confirmation. Normally, this thing moves very nicely off those. So JBHT, this is another stock. The weekly chart also looks like it wants to print here very soon as well. So this thing could sell off down to 120. But if that's the case, I would just look to buy more. We got Zcash here. Zcash also red on the monthly, and the daily is green. The daily is currently green here. So 34.75 is the current stop loss. Looking at the weekly here, we are green on the weekly, and that monthly chart looks like it wants to turn as well in May or June. So, like I said, guys, this dip has sucked, right? It sucks for everybody. It sucks for you. It sucks for me. But we're getting really, really close here, folks. Really, really close. And I think in May or June, you're going to be really glad you held or bought at these areas. Okay, again, we're 1 to 6 months out on all investments. We don't care if it sells off tomorrow. Okay, I think you're going to see a massive move this summer across the board on cryptocurrency. Okay, I'm like 80 to 85% sure it's coming. Okay, all the technicals are pointing to a move higher this summer. So 35 is a big level for Zcash. Watching that actually has a green dot here today. So 35 is going to be a big level there for Zcash. And then we got WDB. That's got a red dot here as well. I'm going to go ahead and take this one off too. Take that one off. Let's see, where did that thing sell off? Yeah, that looks pretty ugly. It needs to hold on to 750, but I'm going to put that one on my runner-up list there to see if it holds. And then last but not least, we got United States Steel Corporation. So these guys are benefiting tremendously from these tariffs because America's now going to be buying all their steel from, right, American-made companies. So this one looks really good. We've had a green monthly dot for a very long time now, and the daily just runs really hard. So I like this one as long as it can hold on to 36. And I would just watch that one going into next week as well. But that is the watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm sorry it had to be kind of quick. I got a family event I got to get to. So hope you guys got some value out of this video. I'm going to go ahead and share this link here over here in the watch list tab so you guys can check this out. April 11th here is going to be all the names that we just went over here. These are what we're watching for. I told you guys the signals to be watching for going into next week, but we're ramping up for a good summer, folks. I don't think we've seen a big move like we're about to see here for a very long time. I think crypto's literally about to shock the world again. That total market cap chart tells you everything you need to know. Again, that golden dot came yesterday in the Discord. The last time that happened for the total market cap of cryptocurrency was all the way back here in 2019. And this thing just absolutely exploded all the way to the upside. So that is the watch list, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys on Monday's live stream for the chart requests. If you guys have chart requests, just get them over here in the chart request thread. We're going to be answering all of these and more on that episode there on Monday. We are live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on YouTube at 4 p.m. Pacific. Again, I had to go live a little early today, so hopefully you guys are catching the replay here today. That replay will be dropped over here inside the latest tab. It's already over here. You guys could check it out right here. If you guys are in the Discord, you missed the beginning of it, missed some coverage of the names. But with that being said, guys, God bless you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys Monday.